Ah, yes, Kazdale. A place where most Sarkaz race came from. Where conflicts is the people routine morning activity. And most importantly, a top tier country with best waifu. In the current Arknights event, we follow the story of W past in Kazdale and her journey with Rhodes Island. We first follow the story of Hodera, Inez and their mercenary group in Kazdale. They were chased by other group and were pinned down. Luckily, their leader, W, hold off the enemies alone to give his allies a chance to escape. It was a success, but he also died. Hodera then heads back to scout the place where W died. He realized there is a woman who picked up his equipment and weapons. And eventually, followed Hodera back to his mercenary group. Inez said they should kill her in case she was an enemy. But Hodera refused. And asked the woman if she knew the meaning of taking someone's weapons. She knew. And then Hodera invites her to join the mercs. And giving her a new name, W. Like their leader's name. For the next part, there is a little time skip. Because of her skill with explosive, W become famous among the group and other mercs network. After taking care of the people who were hunting down Hodera, he tells W about the old W. After that, Hodera meets up with Inez. He tells Inez about their messenger who brought back a mission contract to protect a landship convoy from Rimbilliton through Kazdale. But she realized Hodera is hiding something. Inez then uses her eyes arts technique that can see through people emotion and other ability. She asks him who exactly that their messenger met. And he reveals that the messenger met Babel and will accept the job to escort them. Babel itself is an organization led by the Sarkaz king of Kazdale, Teresa, that is currently under a conflict with Teresa's brother, Teresa, one of Kazdale general, who wanted to dethrone her. Babel's main goal is to unite the people of Kazdale, bring better life to the country and the Sarkaz race. Most likely Babel take inspiration from Tower of Babel in biblical literature. But I won't go deep into that right now. Babel consisted of many talented people, that is not only from Sarkaz race, such as the Doctor, Kelsey, Closure, and many skilled mercenary soldier like Scout. The mission to protect the convoy is on. W and Inez teams up, but well they didn't get along. While Hodera protects the convoy elsewhere. The fight to protect the convoy was brutal. The one who attacks them were not ordinary mercenaries. Then, W and Inez were ambushed and wounded. But luckily, the people from the landship come to help them. Kelsey came to help beat the attacker, but the attacks only stopped when Her Majesty, Teresa, walked into the center of the fight. She was believed to have a power to control emotion. And at that point, everyone just stopped fighting. W then fainted because of her wounds. Next thing that happened, she and Inez were rescued and brought inside the landship they were protecting. It was then revealed the landship name is Rhodes Island. That was still in rebuild state. W then wandered around the landship. She met Amia, who was still a child in this timeline. She encountered Teresa. W finds her interesting. Such humble woman with sad eyes, but owns the title as the King of Sarkaz. She then encountered the pre-amnesia doctor. We're so badass back then. Even W have this fear inside her when she sees the doctor. After sometimes protecting the convoy, Hodera and Inez decided to leave Babel, while W and some other mercs stay. Inez gets some new revelation after seeing the doctor. She said that they are all only a chess piece, and the doctor is the player. Well, she's not wrong. Back to the landship, looks like everyone were on good mood. W really admired Teresa. So she decided to take the picture of Her Majesty as a memory. But then Kelsey scolded her, because that is an inappropriate act. Months passed. Teresa was assassinated by Teresa's forces, in which the Doctor is implied to have somehow been involved. Without leader, Babel was disbanded, and Teresa is now pretty much the leader of Kazdale. Although he doesn't crown himself as the king, instead ruling from afar in Victoria. He unites all armed forces around Kazdale, and people like Hodera will have no choice but to comply. Babel's fall, but not with Rhodes Island. As a last gift for Kelsey from Teresa, her only friend. Teresa wanted Rhodes Island to become a place to call home for Kelsey, and to continue Teresa's dream. Inez and Hodera also knew about Teresa and Babel. They then find W, who become more lunatic because Teresa's death. They then invited her to come back with them, and tells her to be on Teresa's good side, instead of going for revenge. They then decided to join Reunion Movement, who was willing to hire Sarkaz mercenaries, and actually, Hodera act as some kind of messenger for Teresa. Teresa wanted to see if the Reunion and the infected can become his tools. Long story short, W and the other joined Reunion and took part in Chernobog invasion. There, Hodera killed Scout, as he was on a mission to kill one of Sarkazmerk's leader. But before that, Scout encountered Inez. Scout tells Inez to use her arts and see her surrounding. She sees Tallulah, claiming there are two different personalities inside her. She then tells Hodera about this, and going to a separated way than him, since she knew Tallulah will kill her. Knowing about this, Tallulah then ordered some soldier to kill Inez. They managed to beat her, but the ruckus from the fight attracted attention, and the Reunion soldiers were forced to blow up the area and retreat without confirming Inez's death. One thing led to another. Hodera tells W about Inez and Tallulah, warned her to be more careful, while he heads to Victoria to report the situation to Teresa's right hand, along with another messenger with him. It is highly believed that the messenger is Inez, and that she is still alive. The story ends with Hodera was put into house arrest in Victoria, while that mysterious messenger seemingly reports back to Tallulah in Ursus. And for W, well, she and her mercenary squad are still in Reunion, waiting for the perfect time to confront Tallulah once again. This side story tells many stories about Arknights world and the past of Rhodes Island, although it still has many unanswered questions. But we will see more in the future events. That's 8 minute. See you tomorrow.